Woo, here we are again, folks. Another Monday Maniacs from Death Curse Society. I'm Red Crank. That's Zigzag, and that's FaZe down there. What's up?
We're in a lot of order here, I think. I'm just going to kind of...
No one fixed the cameras. There we go.
There they are.
That works, too.
What's up, guy? Oh, and?
The Colonel is on assignment.
That's right.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Wishing him the best.
Yep. You guys already know this last week can suck it.
Yeah.
We lost a bunch of people this week. We lost Jimmy Carter yesterday. We lost Olivia Hussey last week. We lost another actress, Dava something. I can't remember her name right this second. Yeah, and we also lost Tanya, Colonel's sister, and our thoughts and prayers.
Absolutely.
About to go out to him and his family, and yeah, we're not going to gloss over that. So
no, she, because in the very beginning when this all started and everything, they were at the forefront of the support, and like I said in the original post Colonel put up there, it was just it was like a tornado. It sucked us all in. I mean, and just being around her was really just a great person, man, and
right.
Just sucks to see people go through that, and everyone says, yeah, it's no more suffering and everything, but still, this it's a lot darker here because of it.
Right. Yep. It's we wanted to say something about that. I got something for the end put together, but we'll run that later. And yeah, so Colonel, we love you, and Tyrone, we love you too.
Yeah,
man, the whole family, we love y'all. So if there's anything we can do from far away, let us know.
And you don't need to blow up the Colonel either. Let him, he's doing his thing. He's just like, if this happened to any of us, you know how you would feel, and he's going to get through it. He'll be back. But, we're just giving him his space, man, letting him,
now, I've been on a self-proposed kind of social media vacation anyway, except for literal business stuff. The last week or so. So yeah. And I, because of that, I don't think it could have come at a better time. It was just like, get me out of here. I don't want to mess around with this stuff. Let's see who's in the room though. We got Bill in here. We got Gina twice. We got Gina on YouTube, and we got Gina on Facebook. Excellent. I like it. Yeah. Double spaces. Yeah, double screen that shit. Let's boost those numbers. We got the whole damn enchilada pod in here. Rick, I'm glad you're here. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on this movie. Lorena's here. Bill's here. I already said that. BK's here. Yeah. Woo! Lions. I'll be trying my hardest to keep an eye on both. I got it on too. I'm guilty. I know Ziggy's got it on.
I didn't like. I was gonna get asinine and turn my desk facing the TV and shit, but it's right here. I can glance over. I can see it. It's fine. This game doesn't matter anyway. It's all about next week. Just don't get fucking hurt. That's the name of the game today.
I wouldn't be surprised if he benched half the starters. Why not?
He's still pissed off from the NFC Championship last year. He is determined to annihilate the San Francisco 49ers. I'm sorry, guys. You know what I mean? It's not your fault or anything. Well, it is kind of, but I mean, it's just one of those things. Just keep the mindset right. Yep. It has to be done.
Yep. Paula's here. Patricia's here. Sorry you're feeling bad, Patricia. Get to feeling better. Sue's here. Grandma FaZe. What's up? Joshua's here. All right, good. The twins are here because I got something extra. I got something special to do here in a second.
Yeah.
I think we all do.
Are we all doing that? All right.
Well, yeah.
It sounds like it, yeah.
I ran out to my mailbox. Lo and behold.
Uh-oh.
I didn't know.
FaZe, you were stuttering. FaZe, you were stuttering there for a minute.
Was I?
At least on my end. Yeah, at least on my end. Yep. You were like, I think we're all going to be doing it.
Really? That's funny. It's weird because you're way off sync from me now. Or you were.
Yeah. See?
I rebooted my shitty Michigan internet. So.
Goddamn shitty Wisconsin internet.
It's not good right now. That's why I don't have the game playing right now. I'd be in trouble.
We never made that shitty Michigan internet commercial that we needed to.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Josh was here. The twins are here. I said that.
Feel better, Josh, with the strep throat. I saw that, dude. That sucks.
God.
Oh, crap. Yeah, definitely. There's Rachel. There's Grizzly. Yep. And BK, of course, says thoughts and prayers always, brother.
Yeah, man.
Tricia, love you, Colonel. Thank you, guys.
Yes.
Yes. Spread the love. But, yeah, like Ziggy said,
Leave him alone.
give Colonel a little time. So, all right. I think that's everybody.
And like,
all right,
sent me her physical address for her ornament she won last week.
excellent.
That was it. So,
Well, reach out to him.
Rick, just hit me on the IM, man. We'll do it that way. Rick over at the Whole Damn Enchilada, Grizzly, Gina. Hit me on the IM. Give me that address. I'll send these out. They're still sitting here. So, yes.
All right. Yes. Hit him up. Get those ornaments. All right, gang. We got you already opened yours?
No.
No, I don't know what that was.
Oh, okay. We got gifts.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Mine is torn open.
I cut the top, but I haven't even looked in it yet.
No, okay. Well, I haven't even cut the top yet. So
It was a bitch. I just wanted,
we have gifts from the twins. So and
I'm
be careful,
skeptical, man.
turn your packages around too, so addresses aren't shown.
It's not the.
Yeah, I did the same thing, and then I was like, "Oops, screenshot." All right, so let's see what we got here, gentlemen.
I'll let you catch up.
Yeah, I got scissors just in case. There we go.
Yeah, it was a little tough to rip. That'll probably help.
I just needed a start. All right, digging in. Oh God,
what is this?
I mean, it's just filled with paper.
I'm not sure I want to. I'm not sure I can pull this out on screen. Can we? What is this? What?
I don't know what this is.
Is this a ball of confetti?
Number 2.
What do we got going on here? Is this a prank?
Well, I'm getting
because now we're gonna have to clean all this up.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
a bomb. We got a letter. It's supposed to be a bomb.
It looks like an ornament. Mine says 2 or no, wait. Is that a Z?
It is filled with paper. Look at that. It is covered to the brim.
Is there wording on this? I see something. Hold on.
Yeah,
I see a C.
Oh yeah, there's an F on this bomb.
All right.
I got an F bomb, bro. It's an F bomb. Hell yeah.
A phase bomb, a zag bomb, and yours says C on it.
Yep.
For
a crank.
That's perfect. That's an F.
There is a piece of paper down here in the bottom.
I'm gonna open that and see.
Oh, I've got paper everywhere.
But yeah, check
why?
this out. Check this out. Yeah, it's filled with confetti, folks.
Oh shit! It's all over.
Don't dump it all over your keyboard.
I'm grateful it's not glitter. I would have been pissed. Paper, I could deal with.
Yeah, man. They got all those goofy things now that explode when you open them.
That's true.
All right. Oh boy,
read
here
out
we
this
go.
letter?
Oh,
I don't have my. Oh, you've been bombed. There it is.
There's confetti in the letter too. Be careful. What the hell is going on here, guys?
Merry Christmas.
I did now. See, we should have talked and not done this live on air.
Yeah, we had bombs sent to us.
Hold on, I gotta clean off my keyboard here.
I'll eat my Lions shirt.
Hopefully, I don't. Oh, I didn't disconnect the channel, did I?
Nope, still live.
All right, there we go. All right, you want me to read this?
Yes.
All right. Congratulations. You've been bombed. Wait, what was it? No, don't show. Hold on. Names are on there. Names are on there. Be careful. Because they normally just refer to them by their initials, so be careful.
G&E, yes.
Yeah. What was the thing that the late Craig Ferguson used to do when he would do viewer mail? Be like, all right, we got a letter here from V&E. All right. And you just show it to the camera real quick and then back it up. It says, congratulations, you've been bombed. We, V&E Twisted Twinning, have paid to send these bombs to you. They were made especially for you with your YouTube initial on them. The confetti is only paper, so it will not be everywhere for years to come. These bombs are great stress ball, except for tonight. Because, yeah, it's all over my desk right now. These bombs are great stress balls as they can be thrown at someone, something, or just squeezed. Perfect for the Lions game in case the Niners, get ahead.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter. We could lose this game and it's the same next week.
They can take quite a bit of abuse and can be washed. Not entirely sure about putting them in the dryer, though. All right. We hope that you like them. V&E Twisted Twinning. Okay. All right.
It'll make a really good cat toy, too.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm sure the Chihuahuas are going to want to get a piece of it.
I don't know. I kind of want to keep it because it's an F-bomb. Like, it's cool.
Oh, I'm definitely keeping it. I don't. It's going on those sets somewhere. I just don't know where it yet.
Right.
All right.
Shit.
Let me get
it there with the confetti on it. Okay.
I will put this with the turkey.
My OCD is already taking over, so I've got to get the shop back out. I'm just kidding. But I am going to tidy up a little bit here.
I don't want to put it back in the bag, Max. It's going to get more.
I've already put it back in the bag, I think, but I'll deal with that later. There we go. That's about this bet. All right.
Too cool, man.
Bear with us while we clean up our set after we got bombed. Thanks, guys. Wouldn't expect anything better from you guys, honestly.
I actually love it. It's awesome.
Yeah. No, it's hysterical. I love it.
Yes, that's
Let's seal this up tight where it's not going to leak anywhere.
Oh God, I know it.
All right. Well, thank you guys for the lovely gifts, and let's move on with the show. What I got to see what the comments. I got to see what the comments were like.
There's a lot. I kind of lost track.
FaZe has got some blurring to do in post with the addresses now.
I hope. I'll be checking it for sure, but I'm sure we're fine.
I'm saving that. I'm sending it back.
Patricia says, can't wait to see what's in those packages. And then she says, I got an F-bomb.
Dude, that made me so happy. I like that they're blue and pink.
I'm not pulling mine back out right now, but
I just stuck it on my shelf back here.
Rest assured, it has a C.
Yep. I'm going to hang it with the turkey.
Yeah. That is amazing from Tarek. I'm going to send you all glitter from Patricia. Please don't.
Please don't.
There's so much gear right in this area, man. No, that would be a horrible thing to do.
You know what?
Paintings.
Patricia says, make that shit rain. You know what? I'm going to take this package to my New Year's Eve bar tomorrow.
Oh, no.
And make it rain there.
Let them vacuum that shit up.
Dude, unfortunately, I like that bar, but maybe we'll do something. I'll figure out something to do with it.
I do too, and I had to say so because of the place to be.
Hey, there's Silent D. What's up?
Silent D.
Last couple days of Friday, Silent D.
It is a total bummer too, man.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that something happens where they go, hey, listen, you guys can still host your own matches. That would be swell.
Maybe. I just don't, we'd have to physically invite everyone we wanted to play with. And we don't necessarily play that many.
No, we don't
we don't have the teams anymore.
We don't have the 16 anymore.
Right. Yeah. I'm not messing with that comment. All right. Oh, hey, and there's Lucretia. I hope I said that right.
I believe it's a new viewer.
Yeah, welcome in. Oh, it's Patricia's friend.
Oh, okay.
Be kind. You're in the wrong room. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoops.
We're always kind. Were we both trying to do that at the same time, Paige?
Yes.
All right, that's all right. Great. And there's a good one. Death Glitter Society. Oh my lord, no glitter, please.
Please no.
For the love of God, I'm not giving anyone else my address anymore.
I know. We already got bombed once. It's enough.
All right, folks. Before we get into our topic of the night, we are going to be talking about the $40 million over the weekend.
Wow.
Nosferatu. Robert Eggers 2024 version, of course. I'm sure we'll make references to the 79 and the 22 version as well. But before we get into that, of course, before FaZe cuts me off and says I'm not doing this right, let's thank our members, our final girls and guys: Christy, C. FaZe, Lorena, BD, Alex, and Robert. Our Crazy Robs, Bell's Fancy Creations, Dr. Smiley, Raymond, and the whole Enchilada Pod. Our camp counselors: Adam, Corey, Christy, Luke, Jimmy and Rachel, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Chuck Schick, Dave, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ. If you want to become a member and help support DCS, head on over to the website, deathcurssociety.com, and check out the membership tier and spend some time in the website anyway, because, there we go. We got a new T-shirt available for sale and a couple other items from the Angelo Mariano collection. Ziggy is holding his up right now. Right meow.
Nice.
I know Rick has ordered one.
I'll get one someday.
And of course, also thanks to our associate producer, FaZe. Now, let's get.
This was the last big one.
Damn, it was sold out at every screening, Rick? Jesus.
It was selling out here, too.
It wasn't quite sold out, but, I mean, when I went to see it in IMAX the day after Christmas, that was pretty full. But, I mean, you know how IMAX theaters are freaking huge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's probably 400 seats in there. There were 150, 200 people in there. But that was the most people I've seen a movie with since It Chapter 2 in IMAX, probably.
We had to take the shit seats in that one.
We did. And that may have skewed my view of that movie a little bit, but I haven't gone back to rewatch it, so I don't
There's no saving from the lumberjack scene. There's no recovery from that. There was about, I'd say it was half full. I went out Friday at 1:00.
You what?
I saw it Friday at 1:00, and it was about half full.
Oh, yeah. I went again last night, and that was a smaller theater, not IMAX, and it was half full, probably 40 people in there, and that was the most people I've seen at a movie over near me in a long time. So let's get into it. Nosferatu. Ziggy, what'd you think of? I guess start with the normal, because I have no graphics, like the lead up, the marketing, the anticipation, all that.
Well, I mean, this was on the list near the top as something. It had to be based on its historical significance. And Robert Eggers, he's tearing it up for A24 and all that. And
this isn't A24.
Well, he did The Witch, and he did The Lighthouse, and with the Norseman, I think.
Oh, gotcha.
Northman. And then, but I'm just saying, the guy's already kind of building a pretty cool resume of films that kind of stand out from, albeit they all slow burn. So this is perfect for that. So I figured this is a good match. Let's see what they do. And then finally we got trailers. Smartly, they did never reveal Count Orlok. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Kudos for that, because that was impactful when you finally get a good look at him. I after seeing, the 1922 and all that, you're just thinking, well, boy, there's a lot to, expand on. Now you can talk and everything. So, and then, yes, I know we did one in 79 with Klaus Kinski and everything, but that one's not like this. I'm going to say that.
It has its merits, but
it has
it's
moments, but it's not this. This is an experience, this movie. So, and just my anticipation, I tried to keep it tapped, kind of, okay, I don't want to overhype this because I knew it was going to be slow burn going into this, and I wanted to be open-minded to it. And we seen it, I come out, and yeah, man, it was about what I expected. And I was very pondering things for a couple of days after watching this. So yeah. So I was the hype was good. I didn't overhype it, and I think I hit it right at the right point. And I'm good with it.
I did overhype it. I absolutely overhyped it.
Yeah.
Because this was, I think, maybe my second most anticipated film of this year, of this entire year. And I had to wait like 360 days for it, So I think Maxine was probably my number one because I really love the first two entries of that trilogy. But I'll be honest, Maxine kind of let me down earlier this year. I mean, it was still good, but
just not the climax we were hoping for.
It was not the finale I was looking forward to. But this one definitely lived up to the hype because I knew what I was getting into. I've seen a couple of Eggers' other films. I knew what he was going to do with this, sort of.
Well,
but and I love the marketing, like you mentioned, not showing Skarsgård's Orlok. Great idea. Even the image that's down below here, that's not it.
Nope.
But we'll get into his look and his visage in a little bit later on. But yeah, it lived up to it. I walked out very happy. Well, here's a weird thing. I was discussing this with my buddy Ariel that went with me last night to see it again. It's not a happy film. You don't walk out of it happy, but I walked out pleased as a film lover. I mean, if you are a student of filmmaking, of writing, of lighting, cinematography, any of the technical aspects, and you get into that shit, this is a master fucking class. And
dude, and at its core, it's a horror film, man. This ain't a love story like Dracula. I mean, it's in there, man, but this is a horror movie at its core, man. How can it not be looked at that way? I understand that love story is there, and that is the whole point of his existence at that point. But leading up to it and the depictions, dude, this is the path he chose. I'm thankful that he went this disturbing kind of path with it, man. It's uneasy.
Right. See, here's the thing about that, though. The original Bram Stoker's Dracula, the novel, is a gothic romance, I would say. I mean, yes, it's a horror novel as well, but I still think this is a love story at heart. I think there's more love story in this than there is horror, but that's okay.
It's just a much darker.
Oh, it's absolutely darker
of that material, man, and this is like, again, they got the right fucking guy to make this.
Oh, and yeah.
There'll be no sequels. There'll be none of that. I mean, that's why this is so. It's an epic thing for our time, for our modern horror filmmaking. This is a pretty fucking big deal.
Sequel? Nosferatu 2? Nosferatu 2?
Right.
Electric Boogaloo? What the fuck?
God damn.
Oh, man.
What the fuck, man? No. Nosferatu 2. Can't even say that right. But all right, FaZe, what about you?
Yeah.
Initial thoughts and anticipation, blah 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 blah.
Right. I mean, I'll just say real quick. I watched this on Christmas Day. After getting together with my family and such, I took my mom to the theater late at night. Like one row of seats was open, everything else was taken. It was crowded as fuck in there. It was a good time though, man. Walking out the theater, first impressions, I was definitely very happy. I was a little tired after all the celebrations. I think my mom and I are both glad we didn't fall asleep just from being so exhausted. But I mean, man, for 2 hours and like 12, I believe, did not fall asleep after doing all the Christmas shit. That's a good movie. That's a good movie.
All right. Let us know, folks, if you've seen the film. Let us know your thoughts on it as we go along here. And definitely keep the comments coming in.
That'd probably be my one knock on it is about 20, 25 minutes too long.
You wanted it around 150, 155?
Be 2
That's
hours
okay.
right on the nizzle, right there, right on the nose.
Right on the nizzle?
Yeah. That's
Jesus Christ, man. You've been listening to Snoop Dogg today before the show?
What's got Tyler the Creator and fucking
who?
And fucking
I don't know.
I don't know who Tyler what?
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Okay.
And who's the guy that won the Pulitzer for rap? Wrote a poem or something, and
I'm not sure.
Anyway,
recently?
Okay, let's not get literary in here in the let's not.
He's pretty good. He's a good rapper too, but I mean this is all I've been hearing since Christmas Day, so
All right.
For shizzle.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, great. We're gonna go down there. We're gonna go down that road all night long, it sounds like. Here we go. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, what's up, Tommy Click? He says I saw this classic black and white back in the 1922's version, I assume he's talking about, and then yes, the 1992 Francis Ford Coppola epic, which I still love, and we may talk a little bit about that one here later. You've already mentioned it. Somebody's already mentioned it a couple of times. Ziggy, I think. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Patricia says, I wasn't let down, but I think I had higher expectations.
Okay.
See, right. That's why I forced myself to keep it at bay. I knew I had to keep it that way. I would be overly impressed when I saw it. So, and it worked.
Rick said, or Whole Damn Enchilada Pod says, the beauty of this is it's really hard to spoil because anyone seeing this knows what happens. If you're a horror fan, yes.
Yeah.
You're right. But there were teenagers sitting right next to us, and my friend Ariel was pissed off because she's like, all these empty seats, and they pick the seats right next to us. And I'm like, oh, hey, I was the first one to get the seats in this theater, so don't ask me. Any Whole Damn Enchilada Pod says, yep, this was art, plain and simple. Yes, that's one of the greatest lines from the 1992 version. I have crossed oceans of time to find you. Great line.
That one's great, and everybody in that one, except for Keanu Reeves, really, is pretty strong.
He's the weak. Yeah, he's the weakest link. Goodbye, for sure.
But the way they tell this one, I felt like we were watching the classics on the Saturday afternoon, like those old Hammer films and all those old fucking films. And it immerses you in that as a period piece. I wish fucking Colonel was here because he would be praising the
historical accuracy. Yes.
Oh my God, man.
Well, and that's one of the things about Eggers, though. He is so detail oriented. It's kind of ridiculous, but it pays off. The payoff is worth it.
In there, man. Into the shadows you go, like it or not,
Another comment here. Bill says this was Skarsgård's best role. We'll get into that. We will get into that. Whole damn enchilada pod says, I agree, Ziggy, a little long. Sorry, Rick, I'm just going to call you Rick. So they know what you do.
Yes.
There we go. Patricia says, I really enjoyed the look of the movie. Really nailed the settings of that time period. Yep. The acting was top notch. I just did not like the look of Orlok. Save those thoughts. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. The Magnum PI of vampires. Here we go. Not yet though. But BK says Nosferatu was in Salem's Lot, right? Yep. Still the most terrifying vampire movie ever. Salem's Lot? All right, I'll go with you on that.
I can appreciate that opinion. Yeah, it's up there for me.
Well, especially for 40-ish, 50-something-year-old folks.
Just fucking watched it, man. And those moments are as good as they get for vampire situations.
Right. Grizzly, it goes both ways. Honestly, have to keep telling myself you were saying horror fans. Horror.
Touchdown, Detroit Lions. All right, sorry.
Woo. And 10 seconds later, I get to see it. All right, excellent.
Huh.
You're that far behind? All right, I can pause it.
No, it's all right. YouTube TV is probably just has that buffer.
Better than Netflix.
Oh, there we go. Lucretia says, thank you, everyone, for the warm welcome. Everybody's welcome here until you start messing with our folks in the chat, and then you will get booted.
That's true.
Hayes is an animal, man. He will throw your ass out. He does not care who you are or what
the guy was. Well, the guy was picking on his mom, though. So.
It wouldn't matter. It could be anybody he was saying that to. I'll make that clear.
Yeah, FaZe doesn't care. If you're being a jackass, out you go.
All right. What about the introduction to the film, folks? FaZe, how'd you like the beginning?
I'll be honest. I'm trying to remember the exact beginning, like what exactly happened.
Well, it was
okay. Yeah, there was the opening scene.
Yeah, it was Ellen, having her little dream.
Yeah,
and then it falling into like years later, and her waking up and Thomas is getting ready for work to go in and get this new assignment that he's about to be tasked, which she kind of already knows something about.
Right. I'm starting to remember. Like, I just remember being immediately zoned into just the atmosphere. I mean, it's Eggers, man. He's so good at just like the look and feel of a film. I mean, it gets me immediately every time. I just love it.
He kind of sets it right away too.
He does. He wastes no time.
Right.
I mean, that opening scene is kind of like what would you call it, like a cold open for horror, where it starts with a scare and then you get to the actual start.
Yeah.
I don't mind that if it's done well, and this is a good example, especially for a slower film like this. You kind of need to grab people right away, so it's good.
All right. Yeah, I love and the image below is pretty standard for what you're going to see in most of this movie. So much of it is dark, blue tint, desaturated. We'll talk a little bit more technically about it later, but the opening is just basically her dream sequence and then waking up, and we find out Thomas is going to his job where he works for a real estate firm, basically in 1893. Is that about right?
Yes.
In Germany. And of course he's being tasked with traveling off to Transylvania to visit Count Orlok at his home and selling him a piece of property in Bismarck. And
if he can get this done,
and if he can get it done, his station is set for life. He's a newlywed, husband,
and becomes a partner at the firm.
Well, He's on partner track.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he told him, he goes, "You get this done, you're in." You know, as soon as he's at the right before he leaves, because he's kind of like, "Oh, really? Where?" You know, and it's. But
Well, jump in, Ziggy.
Yeah. It right. She doesn't want him to go, and you know, just that there's dread. She just knows, and I mean, this vampire's doing what vampires do. He's projecting and getting in her subconscious and making himself just can't think of anything else. That's, you know, and he has to go. He goes off to do this, and you know, he just says, "Oh, it's going to be fine. You know, we're set. We're on Easy Street if I get this done." And doesn't want to go, but he goes. And I don't know. It's in the middle of nowhere, of course. His castle.
No, it's 6 weeks travel.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
and
by horse at least.
He stops at a little like inn, you know, and there's like a bunch of gypsies around, hanging around and everything, and you know, they take his horse, and you know, he thinks they're going to feed him and water him. And he goes into the inn, and he ends up falling out. He comes out, everybody's gone, his horse is gone, he's got nothing. You know, just a stern warning to stay away from Count Orlok.
Right. That was kind of a scene from the original, though. You know?
Yeah.
It was played out a little bit further, but you know,
it made it look like everybody knows that this guy ain't right, and but nobody really stops him, and they steal all his shit. So I mean, that has to happen because he goes off on foot. Then he walks the rest of the way.
Right. Well, until
the carriage meets him.
The spirit carriage picks him up. Which, and by the way, if a taxi ever pulls up, doesn't have a driver in it, and the door just opens automatically, don't get in. I don't care if it's a Tesla ride or one of those, you know, automated driving cars or whatever. If the door opens on its own, don't get in.
This is something Coppola got right, and Eggers obviously just nailed with these creepy fucking carriages, dude. What the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't there for the 1850s, but I like to pretend that it was like spot on and like that's exactly how it was, because it just feels so cool. Imagining that's what it was like. Like, holy shit, it's just such a different world. I love it.
And when he left the inn and he gets over the mountain and stuff, the dense ass scary forest he had to walk into.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean,
with that backlight.
God, completely overcovered, all just not with leaves and all foliage and everything, fucking dead, twisted branches. It looked like a death metal festival up there, man. It was crazy.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was beautiful, man. All that was, the only light was coming from behind him. It was like a little circle in the back like this. There was a little bit of light coming down from the top.
And you hear the carriage coming in the background and wolves and shit. The whole fucking house of Baskerville's going off. Dude, it's very unsettling.
The silhouette of Thomas just, you know, cruising up the middle of the screen. It was beautiful, beautiful. About the opening, that's kind of what I wanted to, you know, I started talking about it, but I mean, Eggers just sets the scene so well with that opening, with the blue, the hints of blue, with her dream, and you know, you wake up and there's a little bit of brightness, a little bit of light in their bedroom when she wakes up, and there's a nice little conversation between them as he's off to work. She wants to get a little going on before he goes, but you know, he's got work on the mind, so he's out the door. And I liked how when he left, like as soon as he got the job, he looks out the window and the weather changes. Like you see the snow and the rain, or the rain start to come down, and it just felt like that was like, here's your sign, you know, kind of in a way, you know, like bad fucking idea, you know.
It wasn't work, you know. He was laying next to her and was like, ooh, Scuba Steve.
Oh, come on.
Is that what he was saying?
It
was the 19th century, man.
They didn't have Summer's Eve in 1856.
I'm just trying to rep my boy, man, while he's not here.
He probably would have been. That's true.
Colonel still would do it.
He would have done it. Yeah.
Get the clothespin out.
One of these days, we gotta tell the beard washing story, but that's another time.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Anyways, when you watch this movie, you gotta bring your jacket along because the way you're riding along with them and stuff, and the weather does change, like Crank said. It gets you, man. This fucking movie kept pulling me in so many different times like that, like throughout.
And that's one of the things I liked about it because dude, I don't think Eggers could make just a regular movie. It has to be set like 600 years in the past or something.
I know.
I mean, I don't think he can make it. We'll talk about this later, but his atmosphere is so deep and intense that you can't help but get those feelings, if you're paying attention, at least. I feel like, I mean, there were moments that when it was snowing, I felt cold.
I'm telling you, bring your goddamn coat with you with this shit,
right,
man.
Right.
I fucking look on my seat. I go, doesn't this thing have a heat control on it, man?
I had the heat on. I had the heat on my seat.
The cold ass inn he was trying to sleep in. It looked like a fucking stable. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Terrible. Since we're talking about Thomas and Ellen, let's discuss Lily Rose Depp as Ellen and Nicholas Hoult as Thomas. What'd you think of their performances? Ziggy?
Top. That when this guy realizes he's in a bad fucking situation, you feel bad for him, man.
Mm-hmm.
And he's terrified, and he depicts it so good. I mean, he's what's he been in recently? We see him in
Renfield.
Like Renfield was the main one, right? But he has been in a bunch of things.
The Menu.
The Menu, that's where it was. But he is, and he's in something else called Second Juror now. I just saw this coming out on Max.
He was the one in oh damn it! Now I'm not gonna think about it. The Zombie Love Story.
Lisa Frankenstein.
No,
Warm Bodies.
Warm Bodies. He's in that.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
That's where I first saw him, and I was just like, God damn, I really dig this guy.
Why he's not playing Clark Kent right now, I'll never know, because he looks like he's got that kind of make to him. But he's our new guy, man. He's great. I hope he keeps making diverse films and doing things all over the map like this. But he's good. He's real good. He's like chameleon-esque. He's getting there.
Well, so we've talked multiple times about him because this is the guy I think could play Freddy Krueger in a new reboot.
I mean, I could see it.
Seems too wholesome, but then again, so like Robert Englund in V.
I mean, this guy's young enough to be able to carry on that role for 20, 25 years. Let's see. When was he born? 1989.
Oh Christ, he's a puppy.
But you're gonna like we've talked about, if they're gonna do a reboot of Nightmare, I feel like they're gonna have like some of the prequel story. I think they're gonna start. They're not gonna just start with Freddy Krueger is the dream demon. They're going to tell a little bit of that backstory. And you're going to need, maybe not as young as Nicholas Hoult right now, but in 5 or 10 years, whenever we actually do get another Nightmare reboot, it's probably going to take at least 5 years. Sorry, folks.
So what? He's 35, right? So.
Yes.
It's pretty young.
That you could get away.
That actually fits.
Yeah,
I think that would actually fit.
Well, I'm just saying he's got chops, man, and I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's going to be around. He's going to be appearing in the bigger films. I mean, here we are, 40 million, 3 days.
Right. Rick says he actually went for Clark, but got Lex Luthor instead in the new Superman because he is in that too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I disagree. I think they got
With-
that wrong.
With
But then
Luther,
again, we'll watch the movie.
I don't know if Hulk could be Superman though.
So he's got that chisel thing going.
Well, that's why I'm saying he's got the chisel face for like a Freddy Krueger too.
That's not all it takes, though. You got to have the chops to do the role too.
And you got to have the
Don't
build.
just need the right jawline.
Yeah,
You got to have the build too, and
The build is important.
he doesn't
the
quite
new
have
guy,
the
man.
build.
He looks like he's wearing pajamas for fuck's sake. The Superman.
Yeah,
They're baggy.
I haven't seen it.
FaZe,
Yeah.
what'd you think of Lily Rose Depp and Nicholas Hoult in this role? These roles.
Really good. I mean, every role was done pretty spectacularly well here. I mean, I can't really say anything particularly about anybody. I mean, they're all good. They're working with a good script. It worked. I was more focused on everything around them, just the scenery, the environment, just this whole movie just captivated me. It's interesting. I can't speak much on the characters.
All right. Rick says Lily Rose was really impressive here. And damn it, BK.
Yeah, did you see that paragraph? Damn, brother.
Well, I have to read it because I want to know what the menu is for tomorrow.
I know.
Asian tacos with a slaw made of pineapple and Frisco cabbage with teriyaki and chili glaze, Chicago beef sliders with caramelized onions and provolone cheese on garlic sub buns, and a Greek pasta salad. So much beer and whiskey. Wish you fellas were here.
Greek pasta salad sounds good.
I can be there in about 14 hours. Right now.
Wouldn't even be done cooking by then.
I do have a show tomorrow though, so I can't make it. But BK, God damn you for making me hungry.
And that slaw sounds so good. Jesus Christ.
The vegan says the slaw sounds good after
I'm not
Asian
a vegan.
tacos, Chicago beef sliders. Nom, 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 nom. Yeah. All right. Nicholas Hoult was great. He has a few scenes where just the angst is on him. I love the scene where he wakes up and just bolts upright out of like a dream state. I think he's in the monastery or with the sisters at least at one point, and he sits bolt upright, and like every vein in his neck and like upper chest area is just like bulging out of his fucking skin, and that's not easy to do. I mean, like at the drop of a dime, that's not easy to do at all. It just, that blew my mind about him. And Lily Rose, you want to talk about a physical role. I mean, this woman is going through like demon possession, orgasms, like, and everything in between, and plays it damn near perfectly. And like it was amazing. It was amazing to watch her. I mean, it's definitely I think one of the top performances of the year. And I think it got overlooked by the Golden Globes, but I hope that it doesn't get overlooked by some of the other awards coming out later this year, because this was not an easy role to partake. And kudos to both of them, but especially Lily Rose. I was very impressed with her in this. So there's that. All right, moving on. So
Heavy lifting.
Oh, very heavy lifting. Moving on. So Thomas finally gets to the castle, and we meet Bill Skarsgård's Count Orlok, who is still kept in the shadows and just, kind of
focus.
out of focus.
Beautifully.
Yeah. And you only see like you only see like his hands in some scenes, and wow. Talk about that, FaZe. Would you think was? Tell us about that part of the scene where we're at Count Orlok's castle. Would you like
pretty
about that?
much where I started drooling? I mean, not literally, but oh my god! I mean, especially that one scene where like they're inside, he's in front of the fireplace, and you can see like his figure, but it's all just black because he's in a shadow.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, all the walls around him, oh my god, just spectacular. I mean, just wow. I don't even know where to go from here. It was just all just beautiful. I just like keep showing me more.
Right. Actually, before I go to Ziggy on this, you didn't get to mention maybe your favorite part of the first couple of scenes there, FaZe.
I don't know if I have a favorite part per se. I probably have to watch it again to get back.
The cat.
Oh yeah, that's right. The cat. Oh my god.
Jesus, man, you forgot the cat.
Way too much. I smoke way.
Yep. FaZe
smoke
is
weed,
brain.
folks.
Yep,
I'll tell you what.
FaZe's brain. Live look.
I would have remembered. Oh please. I would have remembered by the time the scoring came because I have it noted +1 for the cat. There are so many cats in this film. And anytime there's one lady has a cat. There's other scene that has like fucking 3 cats. It's just I loved it. So yes, in my score, remember this could be a +1 because of the cats.
Just because of the cats, folks.
Just because of the cats. I mean, a bad ending could give a movie a -2 for me. I'm just weird. But yes, the cats. Thank you for reminding me, Craig.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, you're not going to get that job at the Cat Cafe now because you forgot. The cat.
That's evil.
That's cat abuse, dude. Cat abuse.
Oh man, that's not
Ziggy.
That's crazy.
Ziggy, the scenes in Count Orlok's castle.
We get to the castle, and this is where you hear him speak a little bit, but it's when you're in the same room with him, and he starts belittling him for being late, and like they're going up this badass twisty staircase, and he's like, "Yeah, my apologies, sir," and like. He gets around the fucking bend and he's already across this large room. Like he's way on the other side of the room already. Like just whoop. And so they're doing them same kind of tricks with the shadows that Coppola did so well. But
and the 1922 did pretty well too. Even with the limited technology they had, but it was all editing back then.
Yeah, one of the few highlights they had in that.
That's what these scenes reminded me of a lot was the 22 version because they did a lot of those same kind of tricks where, they're talking to each other and they're in like a 2-shot and then it gets in like one of their faces and then it goes back and they're, 30 feet apart or whatever, but they did it more technologically, which we can now. So
it just, they fleshed it all out. I mean, every crevice and it's measured perfect. The shadows blend and for good reason. But I mean, just listening to him talk and how he moves. And again, you really don't get a good look at him for good 45 minutes. I'd say an hour maybe before you really get right in his face and everything else.
At least an hour, I think.
Yeah.
You really don't get, except for that one shot where he's like, later on where he's talking to I keep wanting to say Mina or Lucy, but one of those names, but it's not when he's talking to Ellen, but they're talking like telepathically or whatever, and there's that one shot that kind of like closes in, that's I think one of the first just direct shots you get of him. But yeah, the voice was a bold choice, though.
But
that's probably. I'll agree with that statement. It was a bold choice.
Well, listen.
Well, I mean, what did Klaus sound like in '79? Kind of whiny, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Kind of high.
More like this, like a Russian almost. He had that training thing like this.
But and the 1922, of course, silent film, so there was no voice. But
well, and that's here he's they had many things you had to worry about going into this because you make the wrong choice, you got Pennywise in many ways. So, but that's one thing they had to make him sound unique, and pitching him down like they did, excellent. That's how you do it. That's how you differentiate.
This was, yeah, okay. I agree in a way. I mean, I don't mind the voice. I like the voice. Yeah. I guess I could say it works for me, but I still think it was kind of a bold choice to go that gravelly.
Well, it's hard to understand a little bit.
Yeah, there are some. True. And especially because they seem to kind of blend back and forth between like Romanian and English.
Yeah, the subtitles just are there,
but sometimes they're not.
Right,
for certain things, and I'm like,
shit. I was like, oh fuck, he's speaking English. Yeah.
Well, not all the time. So, I want to hit a couple of these comments here. Gina says his character drew you in. Yeah. Rick says this film should be nominated for Oscars. I think it will. I don't know, man. It'll get some technical stuff, I'm sure.
I hope so, man.
Maybe set design. It'll definitely get set design, production design.
Didn't Dracula win a bunch of stuff?
It got like makeup and production design, probably.
Yeah, costumes, I think, was one of them.
But yeah, I don't know if it would win or if it would be nominated over everything. And that's the thing that, that's the part that's hard for a lot of horror fans. I guess they're getting ready to score.
Watch this, dude.
I'm watching. Yep, there we go. He's in.
Woo!
Yeah, that was nice. A little pitch back or whatever. That's what's hard for a lot of people that are horror fans, and it's easy to get pissed off. Well, this person didn't get nominated for blah 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah. Now, granted, that may have been one of the great. We'll use this for example. Lily Rose Depp might be one of the best performances in horror this year, but keep in mind, there's like so many other genres that the Oscars are paying attention to, and it's not necessarily that they diss on horror.
No, well,
occasionally, probably, but
they don't see much merit there. But one like this, they'll go with that. This is a love story, so therefore, they'll consider it, and so it can't be universally ignored. There's no way. Now it's gonna win Chainsaw Awards and shit like that, but Dread Central, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Bram Stoker's Dracula, Academy Award for Best Makeup and Hair, Best Sound Editing, Best Costume Design. Those are the three. Those are the three it won, but I think it was nominated for more. So
I could see that.
But those are the three it won.
Fucking costumes should be up for this one too.
Oh yeah, easy. I think it will be, but. And there's our buddy Canadian Dave. He said, just wanted to pop in and send my condolences to the Colonel. Much love from all of Canada. The whole continent, huh? Excellent. Thanks, man. Boy, stay strong and awesome.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. We'll make sure to tell Colonel all about it.
All about it. We'll tell him, buddy. I'm not your buddy, guy. I'm not your guy, buddy.
I'm not your friend, guy. Gina says the characters were amazing. Just want to see more of the Count's face. You do at some point. You get to see a lot more of the Count, honestly. And let me get into that real quick. I didn't need to see Vampire dong. I didn't need to see it.
The thing is, I knew it was
Yeah.
there because Skarsgård sent the body mold that he was wearing. He said it because Holt said, he goes, yeah, I felt him when he was biting me. He was pressing up on me and kind of ride me.
Yep.
So he signed it, framed it, and he gave it to Holt. He
Yep.
had penis.
And it's it's hanging on Nicholas Holt's wall now in his house.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, hey, man, let's go all in, Dracula. Okay, here we go. And, it's what you expect. I don't know. They don't really give his age, Orlok.
Hundreds.
Yeah, I mean, he's old.
He's fucking old, though.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't need to see that.
Yeah,
But
FaZe?
It was funny. I don't know. It's
Orlok's dick. Your thoughts?
I mean, overall, just not talking about the dick. Yeah, man. I don't actually have it. You took me right. I had a thought and I lost it. Thank you for that. Make me thinking about this mold and hanging on this dude's wall. Like, what the hell? That's gonna be worse so much someday.
You got the best look at him, I think, when he was gonna kill him, when he was laying in that coffin.
Yeah, that was one of the best shots.
It's actually true.
Of the full body too.
Yeah. Well, at least
including Vampire Dong.
Yeah.
God damn it. It's signed and everything.
Yeah. Anyway, is that something Tommy Lee used to do? Sign people's dongs? Who used to sign dongs?
Tommy Lee?
Plenty of people, I'm sure. I mean,
guy, man.
Anyway,
doesn't deserve a dick that big. What the fuck?
Country, yes, country, continent, whatever. Fuck, Jesus, man, having a hard night. It's a country. Yes,
I didn't
know.
even hear it.
It's a province.
There we go. Tarek says Orlok cock.
Man, you're faster than all of us with that one.
Crank was hoping for the Orlok block.
Oof.
God damn it. Anyway. We'll get to the lawsuit here in a little bit.
Oh yeah.
It's fascinating. This whole ordeal.
All right. Anyway, so those entire scenes in the castle were just great. Dark, well shot, well choreographed.
Rats everywhere.
Rats in all kinds of places.
Every time there was a rat, my mom would get excited.
Squeal.
Yeah. Look in the theater. Like, rats, babies. That's what you should usually say. It's like, I see them. There'd be hundreds of them at some point. It's like, oh, shit, that's a lot of rats. Be a +2 from her.
I'm afraid, I want to go back to this Oscars conversation just briefly real quick. I'm afraid the only thing that's probably going to get any attention from the Oscars this year is probably going to be The Substance. At least in the acting categories and sure. Like creative, like the maybe direction. I fully expect The Substance to be included in Best Film.
And it's funny. I'm not against that, but I understand.
I'm not against it, but one thing I will say is I think the director is going to also possibly get a nod because there's been a lot of backlash the last several years about the lack of female directors getting attention. So I think they're going to compensate possibly this year with her. And it's a good choice. Either way, it's a good choice, but
that whole fucking movie is I wish we could have dissected it here, but it's one of those things, fell through the cracks.
Right.
Just glad it finally reemerged, because this is a fantastic movie this year.
Well, dude, it was only playing in the theater near me for like 4 days or something. It wasn't around even in a whole week.
I saw it. I was like, oh, cool. I'll catch it tomorrow. Tomorrow it was gone.
Yeah.
It was the only place I had to go was it was down far away, like 45 minutes away from here. I wasn't willing to go. So a couple of months later, Fandango at home.
Yep. But I feel like The Substance is going to get all the attention for the Oscar buzz here I guess they announce late January, mid to late January, I think is when they do their nomination announcements.
This one has the luxury of being fresher in their memory.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I think they're both going to get some love, man. If there's any justice, they will.
I hope Nosferatu gets some nods in more than just the technical categories, but
it has to, man. It has to.
I don't know, man. We'll see.
I didn't see a lot of the artsy fartsy films this year, so I mean, fuck, The Substance is probably the artsiest fartsiest one.
Well, probably, but from what I've seen so far, Honora is like getting all the attention for like acting awards and possibly best film, but not sure yet. So we'll see. I want to see that too, but that was only in my theater for like a week as well. So no, not BK. Block.
We also got the Orlok cock block.
The Orlok cock block. Yep.
Thank you,
Grizz. Let's talk about a couple more actors in here. How about Willem Dafoe, man, as our not Van Helsing, but Professor Von Franz. Willem Dafoe, Ziggy.
Professor Von Nostrand. Yeah, man. I was going, fuck. Because sometimes that Green Goblin keeps coming through. You know what I mean? It does not here, thankfully. He's great. He's really good, and he's kind of like, he's kind of the guy, the one guy going, listen, you guys are fucking up, man. You're messing this up. So I mean, he's good in this, and I really thought it was just going to be a throwaway role for him, and he really, really hinges on it. He has some key critical fucking moments in this movie, so I thought he was great. Everybody, there's nobody's bad in this.
Yeah, I guess we could this is the last one I really wanted to kind of bring up. Well, no, I take that back. There was one other, at least, moment that I wanted to bring up. But he's great in this, obviously, but he's also got that comic relief to him, which almost doesn't fit in this movie in a weird way,
You know what?
It works, but it's just like
it's like being underwater, and he's like, that's like the air pocket. You can get a breath of air before you continue. You know what I mean? You just get up so you're not going to die, but it worked. I found that to be, it just kind of lightened it up a bit when it needed to. And I thought it worked. FaZe, what do you think?
I agree. I mean, I can't really add anything. I agree that it worked. They all did a good job.
Don't get me wrong. The humor that was in it was great, but it was almost I almost would have preferred to just stay in that dread for the entire 2 hours.
Yeah,
I mean, for this kind of movie, I want to be in that unending dread all the way through.
Dude,
and maybe a little bit of light at the end or something, but
I wanted to grab a bear skin and start lighting a fire on the floor in front of me and shit. And some of those scenes, dude, is just horrible, man. Just absolutely horrible. But,
I was telling Ariel this last night. I fully intend to start using some of Willem Dafoe's lines, though, because next time I'm at work in karaoke or something, and I see somebody I haven't seen in a little bit, I'm going to be like, embrace me, young man. Your presence here rejoices me, or something, however you said it.
Yeah.
I want to start using those lines and just watch them go like, what the fuck? Like, hey dude, how you been?
It was those kind of things that also, made it not like the Green Goblin, which, man, I was so happy that it wasn't, because I was like, man, because in the Lighthouse, that face comes out a lot.
Well, in the Lighthouse, he's going through that same a similar madness.
I understand, but
this one he's already like just batshit.
So cult stealing with stuff, but
yeah,
knows his shit.
And what was the other line? I've seen things that Isaac Newton would crawl back into his mother's womb for, whatever.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I want to use that line too, damn it. At some point. Tarek says, I'm picking up what Ziggy is putting down. Willem casting seems a little on the nose. I'm glad it worked. And Tarek also, maybe the comic bit was to soften the blow. Like everyone knows we cast a foe, we can make it a tiny bit goofy. I get that, but you don't have a whole lot of goof in Dracula. Or
people are put through the ringer, man.
Yeah. And I wanted to stay there. That's what I'm saying. Like for Leslie Nielsen's Dracula, Dead and Loving It, that's a whole different story. But
sure.
For something like this, and for something with so much atmosphere and so much mood and, the absence of color all over this fucking movie, for all of a sudden there to be, a joke, it just felt weird.
I get it, but like these days you kind of have to force it just to keep an audience these days. I feel like a lot of people need a little bit of comedy. I don't know. That could just be me being cynical of the audience.
Oh, I'm cynical of the audience too. I was very put off last night because half the audience that was in there was yammering their fucking ass off during the trailers.
Okay.
And I was sure I was going to get pissed. But I will admit, when the movie started, that audience piped the fuck off, just shut off.
Yeah.
And they were paying attention. I was shocked.
I feel like our whole auditorium was sucked in as well, and there wasn't anybody goofing around or.
Yeah, even the kids that were sitting next to her, like, I mean, one of them got up, or I guess two of them got up and like walked out at one point, but they weren't gone very long. But they were mostly quiet the rest of the fucking movie. So Jonathan's here. What's up, Jonathan? Great movie, but I wish Orlok was scarier. His reveal was a letdown. I get that.
I get it. I don't agree, but I get it.
But I'll say this. I'm glad they didn't try to do a knockoff of 22s or even 79s. I'm glad they went a little bit different with that. And we are going to talk about more into that character here in a second. Yeah, and I get that, Grizzly. He says, I always say horror and comedy are close cousins. Sure, I get that. Easy for one.
Have to be.
Easy for one to become the other. I just, like I said, I think this was dark enough subject matter for at least me as an audience member to want to stay in that darkness. I don't want to be, even lifted out for a second. I want to just ride at the bottom of that pool until the movie's over. That's just me. Well, all right. Moving on. Where are we going?
I'm not sure.
Well, we just they signed the deal.
Oh yeah. Let's get
Yeah,
out
they
of the
signed the
castle.
lease. Yeah,
But
the
then he won't
apartment
let
that
him leave.
Warlock's buying.
He won't let him
Well,
go.
and he takes, Orlok takes the locket that she gives him before he leaves, and starts smelling her scuba Steve on it,
Oh my
and
god.
and it smells of lilacs, but and won't give it back. So he just keeps the fucking locket, which even kind of that was even kind of almost funny. It's like,
Still have my locket.
yeah,
Yeah.
it almost reminded me of the guy from Office Space. Like, you've got my stapler, yeah. You've got my locket. It just felt like that for a minute. But the oh yeah, we got to talk about Renfield. Well, not Renfield, but whatever his name is in this.
I don't remember. Did they say it?
I think he's called Knock. Yeah. Because Bill says, can't forget about the hairy naked guy at the beginning. Yeah. How about Renfield? He was a little over the top as well. Ziggy?
It's moments like these I'm happy you can't smell movies. That guy was gross. But yeah, he was nuts, and he played nuts pretty good. And just like, he's just obsessed with pleasing the master. So, and sitting in the middle of some kind of demonic pentagram symbol, naked,
Painting with his own blood.
Painting with his own blood and whatever else. I'm sure there was other shit going on there.
Literally.
But he's not really much into this though. I mean, he's there and then he's kind of out pretty quick when he's not really too. He's represented.
He's represented, but he's not like he's not an overwhelmingly major part of the story until one part. But I almost, I know we've spoiled a little bit of this, but I don't know if we can, like Rick said earlier, I don't know if we can necessarily spoil this. If you've seen either of the other versions or any version of Dracula, almost
it's only been 102 years, so I mean,
right? Yeah. If you haven't seen 1922's Nosferatu by now, that's your fault.
Yeah.
All right. He signs the deed, but he also makes Thomas sign a deed, which we find out later signs his wife over to Count Orlok somehow. Keep in mind this is 19th century Germany, so women were probably considered property.
And I'm like, well, it's all legal.
Yep. Thomas wants to go home because of the nightmares and just his ill state.
And vampires been fucking feeding on him. So
yeah, and like you mentioned, he does try to find Count Orlok and off him, but he gets kind of attacked.
Gets caught.
And that's when we see the vampire dong and probably the best look at Orlok overall. Thomas escapes off to like it's not a monastery if it's sisters, but I can't think of the term.
Missionary.
You're the Catholic. What is it?
It's a missionary.
Okay, that doesn't sound right either, but okay. He's treated up, by some nuns who kind of get him back to health, but not completely. He's warned, that Count Orlok can't leave this area, but Orlok's already on the ship, on the Demeter, if you will. So anyway, talk about that segment. Anything there you want to dissect or discuss? And that's when Ellen is going even more increasingly mad.
Yeah, she's acting out. She's having fits and
Covenant.
Thank
you, Gina.
Well, I know they have a lost ark, but I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Okay. I don't know, man. Orlok, if we're kind of getting into how he looks now,
Yep.
I think he looks to what he would have been in that time. I think it's correct. It looks like that's how a 400 or 500-year-old dude would look, 300-year-old dude would look. You know, just all crusty and now they put a mustache on him. He's got that old school kind of pirate mustache that across the whole face, you know, and it's all overgrown over his mouth and everything. So you can never really see his teeth like too much.
No, you don't.
You see what the teeth do on people, but I just feel like this is how there's no Hollywood in his look of a vampire, of like the original vampire. You know what I mean? I guess he took liberties, but I like what he did. I like it. I mean, it.
Universal, when they started doing like the old school Universal monsters, they kind of were trying to go for like the sexiness, and especially later in the 70s, they really did. Hammer, the same thing. Yeah. They were going for sexy vampires, and that's what we had for years. Now we actually got a vampire. We could talk about this now, that actually looks like what you would look like in 1893 Romania. Yeah. So
yeah,
I can understand people being a little let down with it, but I wasn't.
No, I mean,
because he doesn't really look like a monster per se. Except I thought he did.
When he's feeding, he does.
Big and lanky and shit, and
Ariel would be pissed if I didn't bring up the breathing. We already talked about the voice that he had, but
sure.
Might want to get checked out for emphysema too. So, but I mean, hundreds of years old, and
a moldy ass castle, and you're sleeping in a dirt coffin with rats next to you. You probably got tuberculosis and all kinds of.
You've got the plague, but you can't die.
That'll be fucked.
Yep. Oh,
so,
man. Yeah, that was pretty. It made him scary though. It made him scary.
Yeah, but every time he'd finish a line, he'd have to like do that whole. Yeah. I can't even replicate it right now because it'll make me cough. But yes, convent for nuns, coven for witches. Yeah. So thanks for straightening all that out in the comments because anyway.
Missionary is like a title, I think. I think about it. I don't know, man. I don't want to get into it.
Missionary is a sexual position, dude. Jesus.
That's that too.
Oh my God.
I know it's a boring one, but it's there. All right. So Thomas finally tries to kill the Count, escapes, falls into the river. He's found, nursed to help by nuns. All this time, Orlok is sailing for Visburg. And then we get a mini recreation of the last voyage of the Demeter.
Loved it.
Which, I was going to say, Faze, jump in. It was only like a few minutes, but it worked.
It was short, but I mean, I fucking love the last voyage of the Demeter. Can't remember what I gave it. I don't even know if I was here for that review, but it was so good. Just anything that reminded me of that. And of course, he's laying in that coffin. And, it's a lot more. It was just shorter. But I don't know, man. It was a great little part to this movie.
Yeah, the boat shows up with no crew and crashes on the rocks, and it's just
rats everywhere.
Hundreds
shows up
running out, and it's like, damn, and they were like, "Fuck, the plague's here," and they're tripping balls now, and it was the rats were fucking everybody up.
Yeah. The babies were fucking everybody up.
Babies.
Yay for rabies. All right. Ellen's attacked by bouts of sleepwalking and seizures. That's when they bring in Dr. Von Franz. He decides, just out of the blue, she's afflicted by a demon. And he, you guys know. All right, let's get to the end. Get to the ending here. So
yeah.
All right. So this a little bit different, I think. I haven't seen the 22 in a while, but a little bit different than what I remember it, and definitely different than
it wasn't that graphic.
Right, the 92's Bram Stoker's Dracula. So the end is Ellen basically says, I'm the only one that can beat him. And I like that it was kind of taken out of the guy's hands, and the responsibility was bestowed upon, or she took. I shouldn't say it was bestowed upon her, because that's lessening it, and I don't mean to do that. She takes the responsibility herself to finish off the demon, the vampire. So I like that. I thought that was a nice little switch in a way, because movies in the past have always kind of relied on their Van Helsing, and even the Thomas character,
Dr. Van Nostrand discovers the same thing in a book. That, look, it's like it's been foretold.
Mm-hmm.
This is how to beat him. And so he tries to tell her, and she's like, tells him first. She's like, yes, my child. So what'd
you think of the ending? If you want to expand more, go ahead. I'm just trying to kind of keep it vague in case, somebody hasn't gone to see it.
That's true. It's still kind of
one
new.
thing that's really kind of different. So she succeeds in luring him to her room and keeping him there till the sun comes up. Whereas, a vampire cannot exist in the sunlight.
Where missionary comes in. No, that was more.
Holy shit.
Is that loud?
A little bit.
Barely had it up.
God.
That's what Orlok said.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
The ending was a little much.
It was kind of drawn out.
I don't know. I thought it was a little much. I could see.
Well,
I see what they were going for, but
the last shot is why it's okay, I think.
Oh, that overhead shot?
Yeah.
That was a good shot.
Yeah. All right.
I fully agree with that statement.
All right. I'll stick. All right. I can hang with that.
It resulted in a really good shot.
They hold that shit just right.
Yep. But yeah, even the scene where he's feeding on.
Hang on.
Even the scene where I'll go ahead and talk while you're doing this.
It worked. He missed.
Even the scene where they're
one
talking,
Noonan per game. That's Danny Noonan from Caddyshack. Remember? Noonan, miss it. Noonan, miss it. Noonan. I just Noonan the fucking sandwich.
No, I get what you're saying for the last 60 seconds. All right.
The ending, though.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Jump in.
Yes. Aside. Let's see. I'm going to leave that alone.
Noonan.
You got a Noonan him. It's the best shot. This overhead shot of And that's what they leave you with, which it burns into your fucking head as you're walking out. It's
the carnal embrace of Orlok and Ellen.
Pretty graphic, because he starts kind of melting when the sun hits him.
It's a good effect.
Mostly
I was getting ready to say,
eyes and stuff like that, and nose. And
I was going to say, what'd you think of that effect?
There was one slash or bite that was a clear CGI spray out of a neck, but that was the only one I really kind of went, okay, I totally caught that,
Well, that was Renfield, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But it was still, it wasn't about that. This isn't about the gore of this movie. It's obvious, and so I was fine with it. Yeah, he looked gross. Naked Orlok is gross. Probably, again, thankful you cannot smell a movie, because that would be horrible. And kudos to Emma for putting up with it and saving us all, or at least all her people.
Emma. Ellen.
Yeah,
Ellen.
Rick says lots of the people in his theater hated the ending. I dug it.
No kidding.
I haven't really seen anybody. Well, I did hear Sunday night. I did hear this audible sigh at the end, like right, basically when the sun's coming up.
Oh.
And I hear like off to the side and a couple rows in front of me, literally, and it was loud as fuck too. Just this.
Damn.
I'm like, God damn. Well, I see what you think of this movie.
I'll tell you what, if they didn't hit that last shot, that's almost a justified answer to that.
Well, that almost feels like you've never seen a Dracula movie or a Robert Eggers film before.
Right.
You don't know how this is going to go. Did you really, like you mentioned earlier, do you really think there's going to be a sequel?
Nosferatu 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Back in the casket.
With
more
the
rats.
Twice the rat.
We are supposed to compare.
Twice the rats. Twice the vampire dong.
Oh my God.
The Orlok.
Twice the rats is okay. The dong, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, if it gets signed and framed again, it'd be funny,
I think they need to make like reproductions of that and start selling them.
And they'd make money, probably.
That'd be
Some sick
hysterical.
people.
FaZe, anything to add on the ending? Did you like it? Dig it? No?
I did. I liked the effects. I liked how he looked when he melted. I didn't think I would, but I did.
He doesn't.
I enjoyed it. I don't want to say too much because again, I don't want to spoil too much. I think you guys said enough about the details of what happened.
Well, people should know what's going to happen at the end of this movie.
Obviously, but
there are some details to it that I think are better left seen when you see the film. So I'm trying to like skirt a little bit.
Absolutely. I'm all for that. So I'll just leave it at that. I really like the ending.
One thing that's really absent is like the straight up religion, like Coppola had like in the church and I renounce God and all that. There's none of that in this. Like that, So
I mean, there is the convent, the nuns.
Well, I mean, we're well past that part already. You know what I mean? Where he that's what like his origin.
But there's not anybody coming, holding a cross to his face.
Right.
Or throwing, trying to use holy water or anything. No, this isn't that kind of
something.
Well, and I don't think a lot of that wasn't necessarily established in Bram Stoker's book. That was created later for movies.
The suicide and everything, God's law and everything. And this is more like it's a cult. They know it's part of the occult, and that's good enough for them. That's as far as they want to go, these people. And it's in the movie.
But again, being the historically accurate, tyrant that Robert Eggers is, I appreciate the fact that he didn't use a whole lot of that. He just used like the sunlight or a stab to the heart were the two things that were even attempted on any vampires in this thing. You know? So.
And the vampire, like the daughters, the vampire daughters. Remember, they're in Coppola's Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
When we were kind of walking through that where his coffin is, and there's other coffins in there.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, what's going on here? Are we gonna have the sisters nope, didn't happen.
No, maybe in the sequel. Electric Boogaloo.
Nosferatu 2.
I want to bring up Aaron Taylor Johnson as Friedrich, and I mean he was fine as an actor throughout the movie, as like the friend and the buddy, but the scene that got me was when his family was wiped out. And Jesus Christ, that scene where he goes back to the tomb and dies on his wife is just, it was a gut punch, man. And for that to be such an effective scene for a sub character was impressive. So, anything to add on that?
No, that's, it was the same thing, it's like the guy was just like, he was a little bit arrogant and stuff, but he was helping though. He took them in and shit when she was having fits while he was away and all that. So just ain't right.
Yeah, it was rough.
It was
He definitely played it well. He acted it well.
Yeah. I thought that was a good scene for him. And, most of the actors had a good scene.
Mm-hmm.
At least one, Bill wants you guys to talk about the kills of the twins.
Oh, yeah. I'll say this. A buddy of mine watched it, and he's a sweet guy. He doesn't really watch horror a whole lot. He's real nice, He was asking me, man, why did he have to kill the little girls, man? Why did he have to kill the kids? What's up with that? I'm just like, man, and I don't think he's really watched the original. He's not real knowledgeable of like Dracula or vampires or anything. I'm just like, he's just a motherfucker, man. He'll kill whatever. Just if you have blood, he's gonna kill you. That's kind of the deal. He's like, yeah, but why on camera? Why? Then he asked me, like, why would somebody write that? Why would they show that on camera? I'm like, you don't watch very many horror movies, dude. I don't know how to answer that for you. It was funny getting that perspective.
Is he a dog lover by chance?
I'm not sure.
No, I was going to say, make him watch The Thing.
Oh God, yeah, that could be interesting. I wonder how he'd feel about The Thing. Because I love that movie. I mean,
I had somebody actually when that scene came up, before it even ended, they were like, nope, and they made me turn it off. We're like,
it is a rough scene, yeah.
Oh, I told you, and I once had a woman walk out on me after watching Friday the 13th Part 4, and she's like, "Has anything happened to that dog?" I went, "No."
How you lying,
jumped out the window. She was like, "You mother!" Got up and left.
Damn, well, you're the liar right there. You should have said,
"Yeah, he's fine. He's escaped. That's a first floor window."
It was second floor, but whatever.
Yeah, it was a hill. Yeah,
one and a half floor.
Yeah,
and no
Tarek
kid,
says,
Tarek.
Tarek says, "Faye's buddy watching the Terrifier trilogy. Brain explodes."
I've told him about him, and he's just like, "No, I refuse."
Nope.
He unbelieves.
All right. There's not much more we can say about a few topics. Direction on this, excellent.
Beautiful.
Robert Eggers nailed it. Robert Eggers nailed the writing. Whoever his cinematographer is nailed the fuck out of that. Some of the best camera work I've seen in a film in a while.
I didn't think a period piece horror movie could be scary still.
I mean, there were a couple of jump scares, but
no, not scary like that. I just mean like just dragging you in and putting you in these.
You mean the dread?
Just the dread of the whole thing is I just didn't think it would be possible to do this still at this stage in life for me, and just being able to depict it that way. So everybody involved, I mean, fuck, they it's just a home run all the way around, the technical aspects of this movie.
Yeah. So I mean, there's not, like I said, there's not much more to say about that.
Right.
We've already talked about how 90% of the acting is, or all the acting is just top notch. So, we talked a little bit, BK, we talked a little bit about the look of Orlok, but I mean, we can, I'll mention this. The look was historically accurate, at least for the mustache, if that's what you're asking about, the 70s cop look. Yeah, I made the joke earlier about Magnum PI, but
listen, you had to have the mustache on him, or again, it's Pennywise, and you're going to see Pennywise.
I don't know if you'd see Pennywise, but you know, yeah, I mean, in a way, sure, but there was so much other makeup on him. I don't think he looked at all like Skarsgård.
Well, they gave him a fucking weird ass nose and shit.
No, and he had more cheeks. I mean, everything was more.
Everything was falling, just all sunken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom said she would have loved to be a costume designer for this movie. I could see that.
Yeah, just like an attendant or something. A helper.
Anything, making the costumes or something. Yeah.
I don't know.
Everything was great. It all looked great.
Excellent.
What else were we going to talk about?
I know Robert Eggers. Can he make a film about modern times?
No.
I mean, we could let him try. I mean,
but I don't think he wants to.
No, I mean,
either.
It's not a matter of whether he could. I don't think he would. Yeah,
kind of has a talent for what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, if any director needs to be pigeonholed, it's him. And I'm sorry to say that, but it's him.
I don't want to say he can't.
Oh, I'm not saying he can't, but I don't want one from him. I don't want a remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Halloween from Robert Eggers. I don't.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't. Now, will I go see if he actually does do a Labyrinth remake? Or sequel?
I saw that.
Which is what he's rumored to be doing? I'll fucking go see that.
Hell yeah.
And of course, Nosferatu 2.
Electric Booger.
Damn.
No, wait, that's the sequel's name. Nosferatu 2.
No. Wait, do that again.
It's hard.
No, do the clip.
Oh.
No. Sferatu 2.
God damn.
All right. Go ahead. Do anything else on? Can he make phase? You said, go ahead, go for it. What can he do new?
I mean, I don't know. I was just like, I'm not really sure what he could necessarily do. Just I don't want to say no because I love the guy. I think he's great. But I do agree that I don't necessarily want to. Because he's so good at doing these old period films. Just keep doing them.
He needs to do go do the Salem witch trials.
Ooh,
that kind of shit.
Again, period piece.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm saying let's put him at what he does and make it creepy.
Right. But
innocent witches getting killed, but then real witches fucking with everybody else too. Oh man, I hate it. Fuck that.
But him doing like anything modern, everything modern is so flashy and
right.
cut. Sorry.
That's true.
Yeah, he's not Ty West, man. He's not. You know what I mean?
No, they're two completely different. I mean, even though Ty West does some period shit and he does it well, but his periods are only like 40 years ago, not 200 and 300 and 400 years. What year was The Witch in? Wasn't that in 1600, 1700?
That was an old period film, yes.
So they were all.
I don't remember exactly when.
Now, shit. What was it you just said he should do? Salem witch trials?
Yeah, like that time.
He could.
There's
Yeah.
some good stories in there. I mean, Hammer did the shit out of this back in the day, but there is some.
Ooh.
There's something there.
How about some Robert Eggers and Rice versions?
Dig it. He'd probably be like, no.
Yeah, he probably would because, but it's like, okay, like one of the biggest things in horror over the last several years has been Stranger Things. I couldn't see Robert Eggers doing a Stranger Things thing.
Or Fear Street.
No. So
This ain't for him. See, he's got a style, and a style that works in what he's doing.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. I mean, you kind of, I don't know, scoffed at me last night, I guess, about
No,
when
I
I
didn't
when I
answer. I wanted to. I said I was gonna. I think I stopped myself. I'm saving that for tomorrow. You know,
I knew what my answer was, though, almost immediately when I thought of the question. I was like, no, I don't want him to do anything modern. So, Ty West, yes. Osgood Perkins, yes. You know, abso-freaking-lutely. But
who's our boy that did Boogeyman and Host?
oh, shit,
Fuck.
Oddity.
Just say no, kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Alcohol, weed, it all kills brain cells.
Damien McCarthy.
Damien McCarthy.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. There we go. See, Tarek's into it. Modernize. Robert Eggers presents The Northman 2, Tokyo Drift.
You mean The Northman 2, Tokyo Drift?
When Eggers gets tapped for the Avengers reboot next year, I'm telling you.
Oh my God. I don't think he wants anything to do. I think this is a true art house spiritual guy.
I looked it up and the budget was $50 million.
Is that what it was? Yep. That's not bad honestly.
For this movie, yeah.
That's probably cheaper than a lot of like other period pieces like that, though.
True.
Even for Universal, that's fairly cheap on the budget. So, hell, I think Halloween Ends was a $40 million budget, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, $10 million more than Halloween Ends, and you can clearly see the production value.
I mean, what the fuck?
There we go. Gina says, I could see him do a Edgar Allan Poe story.
Yeah, man. I mean, all those, you know, the Pit and the Pendulum, the Telltale Heart, the Raven, you know, all those, the House That Dripped Blood, all those anthologies back then. I'd love to see him do some anthologies, man, because he could tear that up. Short stories.
I doubt he's going to do something like that, though, since Flanagan just did The Fall of the House of Usher, and that had a bunch of ties to multiple stories in it. So
he'll leave the Poe alone unless he, gets. It's a great story or something. They already did the Edgar Allan Poe story, so I mean, there's really nothing.
Adam, yes, we just mentioned this a little bit ago. Rumor is Robert Eggers is doing a Labyrinth film. Yep, that might work.
Yeah, he'll make it weird.
Even without David Bowie, he'll make it weird.
Yeah, they'll get somebody. I mean, fuck, you could probably get Gary Oldman to do that fucking role now and be awesome.
Well, Gary Oldman's awesome. Gary Oldman's awesome in anything. So, oh no. Well, Defoe would be a great. Yeah, Defoe could work in Labyrinth.
The Wizard.
Yeah, maybe
The King.
Yeah, this guy loves Defoe, man.
That could be interesting. The Goblin King. I could see Defoe do that.
Yeah, he'd be
Could be
allowed
neat.
to-
I mean, I'm just now finding out about this Labyrinth thing. It could be kind of pretty cool.
Well, and I haven't confirmed it or anything, but that's what
Right.
I've seen.
It's a rumor.
Mentioned. Yeah.
It was variety though. That's usually pretty solid. And it's the Goblin King. It's got fucking Goblin right in the name. He can Green Goblin face his whole fucking time and enjoy himself.
Oh my god.
All right. Score it. Phase.
Wow.
Final
All
thoughts
right.
and score.
Yeah, man. I mean, I love Eggers. I love Dracula films, Nosferatu, and most vampire films, you know, and most, of course. Just that style, it's so good. It's man, reminds me of how much I loved Last Voyage of Demeter. Just
Yeah.
it's one of those movies that, you know, yeah, field goal, nice.
No touchdown.
Well, touchdown. Did it not kick yet?
They're going for 2.
Oh shit.
They have to go for 2.
Yeah. But anyway, just it took me right back to the first time that I read Bram Stoker's Dracula, and just reminded me of how I visualized some of those scenes, just that fucking gloomy gray atmosphere, just beautiful. Who knew gray could be so beautiful? I mean, my God. And of course, the cats giving the score +1 for me, and the rats helped too. Just, you know, little aside there. Yeah, with the +1 from the cats, I'm going to be giving this a 9.5.
Wow.
Jesus.
A massively high score. I love a lot of love for this film. Very little negative to say about it. Just very little. Just the nitpickiest of shit. I can't give it a 10, but I'm happy to give it a 9.5.
Wow.
Is that the highest score you've ever given?
No.
Yes. No?
On the show?
Would you give a 10?
I think I gave a 9.5 to something else too.
Huh. I don't remember that.
I think it matches with something else.
I don't remember either. All right.
Like it wasn't
Ziggy.
Romulus, there was something. But yes, Ziggy.
I was extremely impressed with this whole production, top to bottom. My only slight knock on it was a bit long, a little too long, just a little too long, man. But this thing is going to be around. It's worthy. It's a wonderful, modern, classic retelling of the fucking story that was stolen, you know, and plagiarized. But I mean, everybody involved was great. I mean, the guy didn't really look like a fucking monster, but that's such a minor thing here that's so fucking dreadful, and it's still anyone would hate to be in this situation. So I mean, I'm gonna give it a solid 8.
Damn.
Yep.
8?
Solid 8.
A solid 8.
You got to look at my scale, though. Mine's not, you know, I got to keep everything in perspective this late in the game. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Wow. All right.
That's putting it high on my list.
Gina says Bill and Herb were an 8.5. If you guys have a score for it, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
And also, I'll go ahead and mention this. Whole Damn Enchilada Pod says, guys, if you're bored after DCS wraps up tonight, Ryan, his partner, Rick's partner, is going live to talk about the Friday the 13th game ending. Is that going on your channel, or is that going on his page? Or let me know there, Rick. Right. So we got an 8 and 9.5.
Yes.
Man, this is one of those films that is pretty much as close to perfect as it can get. All the technical aspects are top notch. The acting is fucking phenomenal. I don't mind the length. That doesn't bother me. I'm just glad the girth of it wasn't too big. Rick says on the channel.
The
Excellent.
Chanel.
I will check that out on the Chanel. Yes, on the perfume. Yeah, everything about this clicked. Everything about this clicked. It's easily one of the best films of the year, like overall. I'm not giving it a 10 though. I'll give it a 9. I'll stick with a 9 on it. So
Not a 9.5, just a 9.
no, just a solid 9. So
All right.
It is a crank as fuck movie. Let's be.
oh, it's definitely a
completely
crank as fuck.
honest here, you know? Yeah.
I'm even wearing the shirt. It is definitely a crank as fuck movie.
It's okay though.
Let me ask you this: rank the Nosferatu films, including this one. Is this better than 1922?
Yes.
Phase?
Yes, I'll say it. Yeah, I love the original, but I'll say yeah.
The only I'll say it too. So we would go 2024, 1922, 1979.
That's what I would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Where would you put Bram Stoker's in those three? The 1992.
Oh, that's on top for me.
That's even better than this one?
Yeah, I mean the book is so much.
I mean 1992's film with Gary Oldman and Keanu Reeves
Right.
and all that. Coppola's film.
I know, just the book sticks out to me. It makes it that much better for me. So I would have to say so.
Okay. So
Quality
Coppola,
of film, though, I would probably say Nosferatu is technically better,
technically better. Yes.
but I like
could go
Bram
with that.
Stoker's more.
Okay. Ziggy, Coppola film. Where would you put that on top or second?
right under this one.
Second?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, not if I was going strictly technically, yes, Eggers would be on top and Coppola would be second. But I like Coppola's version a little bit more, just overall. So that would
a little more story, I guess. I think the meter, I think I gave that a 9, you know, because it's a little more action, I guess. And it's not that kind of movie, though. I get that.
right.
I get that, you know. But I'm not mad at you guys for giving it 9s and stuff. This fucking is a solid fucking production, man.
Oh, fuck yeah, it is. I greatly appreciated, the 1922 film, and I understand what it meant for even movies overall back then. But yeah, I got to give the edge to Eggers just because this is a filmmaker that's at the top of his fucking game already. And we, as horror fans, we don't deserve a filmmaker like this. We're a bunch of jaded, cynical fucks. We don't deserve a guy this good. We don't deserve a guy as good as Ty West, Mike Flanagan. We don't. But
Down Frisco.
This was my first clue.
Shit.
And I should have seen this too. We can't stop an ugly rumor.
Yeah, dude. They've come to play too, but what the fuck? They got any starters left in there? What the hell's going on?
Your defensive line is like a sieve right now. Jesus.
They're like, San Francisco said, you're going to run right through us. You're mad about the NFC last year? Well, guess what?
Fuck you.
Anyway, I
love Tarek's comment.
I love this film. I love Eggers' body of work so far. Where would you put this among those? Have you seen all his stuff, Ziggy?
I've not seen The Northman.
Lighthouse, The Witch, and this. Those are his 4 big ones, at least.
Yeah, Lighthouse and The Witch. It's just so weird, that one, The Lighthouse. And The Witch, once again, extremely disturbing. But this one's on a different level, man.
There is some, I think so too. There's something special about this movie. I don't know if it's because the material is a little bit more familiar to us, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But
like, I loved The Witch, but this is like it's just a step above for me. It's just one little step. They're both masterpieces, though.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yep. Tarek says Eggers gone full Tenacious D with it. This is not the greatest film in the world. This is just a tribute.
Oh yeah.
Well, all right. So a 9, a 9.5, and an 8. I think we can safely kind of give this an 8.75.
8.83 is the actual calculation, but
all right, 8.83.
Just call it a 9.
Round it up to a 9. Yep.
Call it a 9. It earned it. It's good.
Yep. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out and definitely see it in the theater, I think.
Biggest screen possible.
This you're gonna lose a lot once you try to watch this at home, and if there's any light that's bleeding into your house from anywhere, it's gonna take away from the experience.
right.
We don't always say make sure you see it in the theater. This is definitely one of those.
Do it.
Absolutely. So, yep, folks, please check it out. And next week we're going to be doing our top 20 of 2024 because it will be the new year. So, yeah.
That's right.
Any big plans to any of you guys out there watching, or you guys? Any big plans for the New Year's Eve tomorrow?
Usually I get called into the pizza place on New Year's, and it's batshit crazy in there but I'm out of there by 10, 11 o'clock. So you'll be working. I'm probably going to get on Friday the 13th and play
until
I'm going to play until it goes out too. Yep.
All right,
until the
FaZe.
servers say fuck you.
It's done then. We'll do it.
You and me, Ziggy.
All right, man. You know,
I won't.
No worries.
I won't get home until like 3 o'clock my time. 4 o'clock.
Right.
It could still be going. You never know.
Right at the end of it, man.
I'll probably get on and it'll say like, all right, we're searching for a game, and then servers offline.
This is bullshit.
It's gonna break my heart so much.
They better deliver us something that's similar, at least similar to it.
Right.
You know it works. You know you're gonna sell millions of them. Just do it.
I'm actually kind of shocked that no one's just done like a clone and called it something else. So like, why not just? Was it you the other night that just said, just put out summer camp?
Just go back to the original idea.
Yeah, put out summer camp.
Yeah,
they could do it.
They had generic killers. They had generic counselors. Same.
You could almost do a Dead by Daylight DLC bullshit with that.
Oh, God. Don't tempt them into doing that bullshit now. Don't tempt them into Dead by Daylight and Dark Game. It's one of the only like decent ones out there that doesn't try to milk you for every fucking penny you got.
They would have
FaZe.
If they would have kept going. We would have been buying new maps. We'd have been buying new outfits.
I would have paid a little bit, but like,
and we wouldn't have complained about it at all.
There'd have been hats and
I would have complained.
We'd have been buying it all.
I would have complained, but I would have bought like the Grundle map and Jason Axe and shit.
More characters. We'd have got fucking Reggie the Reckless and Demon and all of them, man.
Oh my God.
Well, we won't get Reggie the Reckless. We'd get like Ronald the Rambunctious or something like that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, instead of Demon, it'll be Angel or some shit.
It'll just be Devil.
Yeah.
Ooh, honey, ooh, honey, ooh, honey, ooh, honey.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit. Here comes Paramount.
Fuck you.
Oh, no. Ooh, well, yep. Video's fun.
And we're off the air.
Yep. Hey, hello, Emily, my cousin.
What's up, Em?
Popped in the chat last second.
Yeah. Hello. There we go. Bam.
Hello.
All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. One last time, thanks to all you guys for watching. Thanks also to our members, our final girls and guys, Christy, C-Pays, Lorena, BD, Alex, and Robert, our Crazy Ralph's Bell's Fancy Creations, Dr. Smiley, Raymond, and the whole damn Enchilada Pod. Head on over right after this. Check out the whole damn Enchilada Pod talking about Friday the 13th, the game. Also, thanks to our camp counselors, Adam, Corey, Christy, Luke, Jimmy and Rachel, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Chuck Schick.
Nick.
Chuck Schick. Dave, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ. Help support the DCS and become a member. Head on over to deathcursesociety.com. You know the rest. And thanks to our associate producer, C-Face. I don't know why I'm in the singing mode. Maybe I'm just practicing for New Year's Eve tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Baby.
Happy New Year's, everybody. Be safe. And, like we mentioned earlier, this episode, anybody, I'm just, hold on. I'm jumping ahead. Ziggy, send them out.
Okay.
I already did most of it, but yeah.
It's going to be fun. Tune in next week. See where this film will land in the top 20, if at all. It's on there. Don't worry. But yeah, man, it's been a great year. You guys are all still here. It's like Ferris Bueller. Nobody went home. I love it. We got more to come at you, man. So stay with us. And 2025 has got to be fucking better than 2024 was for me, at least. Hoping for just best shit for everybody, man, as always. And we'll see you next week. Top 20, man, of the whole fucking year. Woo!
That's right. And before FaZe steals it on his sign off, don't get sick, wash your dick. FaZe, go ahead.
Don't be a Scuba Steve. Use Summer's Eve. I'll do the second half. But yeah, no, fun shows always. It's been a rough week. This is a nice little way to get away from that. Good movie though, man. Holy crap. I'm glad I remembered as well as I did. I was a little worried because I watched it on Thursday and there's quite a few days in between, but it was all good.
Oh no, dude. The marinade on this movie for a couple days did nothing but help.
And that's true. It's not. I wish I would have watched it a second time. Though I might go see it again just because in the theater it is very much enhanced.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, just Happy New Year's. See y'all in 2025.
See you next year.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus
that
Christ.
cheesy old dad joke.
Happy New Year's, guys. And love y'all. Take care of each other and take care of yourselves and each other, as what's his name used to say. Like I was saying, this episode is for Tanya and for the Colonel. Love you, Colonel.